What's up, you guys? It's your girl Trene, and we are doing WAGS Season 2, Episode 8. Nicole's got a big decision to make with Larry, and the girls are talking a whole lot of mess about Sasha. Stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Fade away.
Body goals.
Yeah, for real. Not face goals, though.
She's cute to me now.
No, yeah, but I'm saying in the video when they was looking like...
Oh, yeah. That shower scene, though.
What's up, you guys?
You know, Trene was in her bedroom last night.
I'm surprised she didn't.
Oh, yeah, you could, Millie, right? Hey.
That shower scene. Can we talk that shower
Yes.
scene in that video?
Okay, you guys, we're going to get into that, but we got to, they got to know who we are first.
Honey, they know.
So they know.
I keep thinking this is The View, and we had opening credits run.
Well, what's up, you guys? We're back at it again. We're in full gear. Got the whole squad in the building.
Squad.
Just a little remix.
I'm your girl, Trene, and, I am joined by my crew. Who are you?
Well, I'm Shar.
Yo, sucker MCs.
I promise we haven't been drinking.
No.
I'm Shar of Shar Says So.
I am DJ Jesse J of JesseJanedy.com.
And this is... I'm just kidding.
Ease WAGS.
Look at the live feed.
Here on AFTERBUZZ TV. Boom.
But oh my gosh, so last night when I seen that whole situation with freaking Teyana Taylor, I was like not expecting her to be in the shower with...
That was the best part
That
to me. I was living
was.
vicarious because I'm perpetually single and I'm a nun. So
You was in bed like...
I was getting my
Hell.
life during that video. Oh my! And it seems so refreshing to see everybody posting Teyana as their body goals. 'Cause
Yeah.
Kim had kind of set the standard. Everybody wanted the fat ass and the flat tummy tee and the waist trainers and get
Not after her
and
outfit last night. I felt like Kim...
No. I'm saying as far as how everybody wanted that
Oh.
shape, and Teyana with everybody doing body go. Is somebody about to come in this door? With everybody. Oh, okay. I was about to say I don't
Y'all,
play
the
that.
doorknob just turned.
The
on its
doorknob's
own,
turning. You all
It's
know.
just, it's what goes on
my
in the
weapons
studio.
are in my purse across over there. I didn't know if I should duck,
If Shar
run.
jumped on this table and grabbed her purse, girl, I would have been...
No, I seriously, I got scared when I saw that.
Can we talk about the fact that she brought out the crybaby, but sexy crybaby?
Yes,
That was
it
hot.
The whole thing
Yeah, it was
was
everything.
hot. I lived for the shower scene and then the scene at the end. And we all know Iman Shumpert, her baby daddy. He's working with a monster in those pants.
And
Remember
it's
her
perfect segue because, he's an athlete and she's
A wag.
wifey. But
She's a wag.
She's a wag, and she carries herself really, really. I really wish that we could kind of see how they got together.
Like a little reality show with Teyana.
Because
Well,
you
she was with that one guy. I forgot his name. And then
she did her
LaShante.
hella dirty.
Yes, LaShante came in and quote unquote stole him.
Yeah.
And Teyana was kind of like down and out. But that's a testament to God's goodness.
Man, because look now.
Woo.
She got her a fine daddy, a cute baby.
Junie is the cutest. Looks like a baby doll.
And coin.
So be careful what you do. So anyway.
Yes, we were talking about Kanye's new video.
Yeah.
Moving along.
So anyway, tonight's episode or whatever was, some key parts, key components, but we're just going to jump into it. Basically, the episode opens up with Larry and Nicole going to look at a house. It's a 5-bedroom house going for $5 million. Mm-hmm. And Jesse's snoring.
Mm-hmm. No.
No, they had
He's not
some
here
interesting
for it.
points in this scene, Jesse.
And why do you think that?
I think it was interesting. I think it was interesting because Nicole, they are obviously not on the same page. Nicole is in this house like, oh, we can turn this into a nursery and we can do this. And he's just all about the man cave.
Yeah, I thought that
Y'all aren't on the same page, sweetie.
But let me ask you guys this. If you're in a relationship, is it that, okay, they're going to move in. When you move in, that's when you start thinking about or start planning for kids? Or can you move in and enjoy that time? Because I was thinking with marriage now, I feel like when you get married, there should be a certain time for you guys to enjoy that marriagehood just
agree.
between the two of you guys without having to throw.
But they're not talking about marriage, and they already
that's
lived together.
true.
I asked Nicole this, and she said if she could go back when she was in studio, she said if she could go back, she would do things differently. She would not live with Larry prior to a ring. So he's already comfortable. We've been living together for years. I'm being technically doing wifely duties. So why should he propose if he's getting, the cow and the milk for free?
Yeah.
And y'all just out here, not
You're
just you,
having
but a lot of
sex.
you guys, a lot of people
You're-
do this. I'm not gonna say you guys. A lot of
It's
people.
shacking though. And so it's
Shacking
like
up.
there's no push for him to get married because what's the reward?
You know what?
What's the reward? I'm
That's
getting all
true.
the perks now.
Yeah, and I mean, it's crazy too because you can tell that she obviously wants this really badly. But I wonder, in their personal life, do they talk about kids? Because I'm telling you, every viewers out there, when you look at their Instagram, you don't see what we're seeing on this television show. You see
Them getting along
Yeah,
and
pictures
in
could be so
Saint-Tropez.
deceiving, right?
Yeah.
Don't you think? Like
Instagram, you can be whoever. you
Right,
want.
like those Instagram couples that are like hella like, relationship goals.
Because you only see the 9 a.m. post, the 5 p.m. post, and then that 7 p.m. You don't see what happened.
And I think
from the
Nicole
9 to
is
5.
hurting. I think she is.
Yeah.
She's a little salty.
Because she seems like she's like a normal relationship type of girl, and when you're in this world, you have to deal with a lot of stuff, and it's like, it always just amazes me how much girls are willing to put up with. Like,
Well, Jesse, we can start unpacking that because women are conditioned to.
I mean,
women are, just tweeted about this. Can we destroy the notion? I wish we could destroy the notion for women in particular, not taking away from same-sex things, but for women in particular, there is this notion that we are supposed to maintain and stay in toxic relationships and allow our men to mature. And that is a crock of shit. We talked about this on Twitter the other day on my timeline as far as like, this one girl basically kicked it off and said, no, I will not ask my uneducated, underpaid, overworked grandmother who was a mother of 5 and a grandmother before 40, why she didn't leave my grandfather. Because, hello, all of the names you just listed, it was systematic, and that we talk about this all the time on my Twitter.
Well, you know what? The way that some women think, they think that the men to women ratio is really small.
That is true, too.
Men are going towards different races. They're going towards the same sex.
Well,
So-
black women are statistically the least desired.
So it's just like, you want to stick it out through it and things like that, especially just like if you're young and you feel like this person is equally yoked. You're like, well, maybe if I step back, like we see Nicole doing, it'll make him change.
She acting like Katie Ross.
Yeah.
Shout out to Potomac. Nicole is acting a little bit like Katie Ross.
And then,
you better not, so you can stay on.
right. And then Larry, typical man thing. I don't think we should jump into this, like getting this house just because it's here doesn't mean we should jump into it. Because Nicole was really quick. She loved the house. She's like, why not? Like, we're not going to just like, if we're going to move away from the house that we have now, it should be into something bigger for our future.
And this room is the nursery, not your man cave. Like there are conversations that need to be had, and some of them do not need to be on camera, Larry and Nicole. And I see what you're saying. Oh, I really like your nails.
Thank you.
You copied off of me from last week.
Girl, I saw this at Forever 21.
Anyway, I see. No, because my nails were gray last week. But anyway, I see what you were saying as far as like sometimes you meet people and you want to stick it out and things like that. And maybe that's why, I'm perpetually single because I have yet to meet a man who I think is worthy of that.
Yeah, and I mean,
I don't know if I just don't hang in there long enough or give them enough, but I feel
Right.
like we're adult. I don't have time for these games.
Yeah, and I mean, I know
Look at your name. Look.
for him, he's probably
Mama
stuck it
calling.
out through with her, and she probably feels like he is husband material because he has these qualities. Like, have you ever heard of those women making lists where they'll like write out the negatives and the
Hobbs.
positives of a man?
Yeah, but the thing is
know?
like, look, you can make that list of positives real long, and there can only be 2 negatives, right? But sometimes those 2 negatives weigh 10 times more than all the positives.
Yeah.
That is true. That is absolutely true.
And you have to question if he's talking about he don't want a nursing. Now, I also do think that if a nurse, like a man cave is something that Larry wants, then that is something that you should look for in a house.
She wasn't taking it away from him. She just
that
said
room
this room because it was so
specifically.
big. And she's like, "There's rooms down the hall," and he's like, "Well, you don't want me to be able to stretch my arms and things." Like there was like a room maybe the size of this studio that could have been his man cave, but what he wanted was the room that was like this studio connected to studio 2.
You gotta listen to what he wants because that will tell you.
Well, he does have
What
the
you
coin.
really. So,
Because, honey, you may need to.
Ooh, that was a word.
which you need. So
was a
read
word.
between the lines. And speaking of, long list of negatives versus positives, the ladies, Sasha and Tia, and a special guest, Ashley from,
Ashley showed her pregnant ass up.
See, you were asking
Now
for
let me
that.
ask you this: Would you attend? And you all can answer in the live feed too. Would you go to a twerking class taught by a white woman?
You know what? I
Would you?
I would.
Only thing is, have you guys ever seen those
She be
girls
hitting
from
it. Twerk.
It's the twerk video of all the girls from not Argentina, it's somewhere in Europe, and it's the white girls that be doing it. If it was that class, but other than that, absolutely.
I would personally go because I felt like this
Yeah.
twerking class was more of a workout. I mean, not
Right.
saying that the standard twerking in the club when I hear
Bend that back.
the beat drop is not
Yes.
saying that that's not a workout, but she had a way of teaching.
Well, I've seen
So
her
I was like,
on
I'd
Instagram.
be open to going too, but that's just something that I thought about when I was eating my snack. Well, no, this was this morning, so I was just out the shower, and I was like, "There's a white girl teaching a twerk class."
Yeah, she
Welcome
teaches.
to LA.
Yeah, if you don't live in LA, she teaches this twerk out class, Lex Twerk or something like that. Yeah, Lexi.
Oh, she's
yeah.
European and Mexican.
Okay. Yeah,
Oh,
she'd
is
be
this
like,
that girl?
"Hey,
She got a fat butt?
No, her butt is very
So she's
small,
not
but she
white.
like
I apologize.
kicks it back and forth. She knows how to dance to
Well, she's
Caribbean
half
music,
white, damn
to
it.
Yeah,
Afrobeat
European.
music,
It's Caucasian.
all that.
It's
But
like Nicolette.
Nicolette Mexican? I didn't know that.
me neither. But basically, this whole scene was interesting because I think it was like. We got to figure out what Ashley's been up to. She mentioned, she's like,
Not a
I'm
damn
engaged. She's like, I'm engaged.
Did you see that look
and-
Sasha gave her when she said
Yeah.
that? Like, Sasha was like, very, the
Still?
tight lip, like.
5 months later? 10 years?
I'm
You've
gonna
been
say 5
engaged?
months. It's been 11 years they've been engaged, right?
Been engaged for 10. Oh, we were in Washington and
Oh, and
came back
my
pregnant.
man who's her baby daddy,
Deshaun.
/fiance. Yes, Deshaun is a free agent now. He was let go,
oh,
which is common.
Well, then they probably will get married soon.
maybe.
doubt it.
But she's like,
That's true,
but
'cause
Why get married if I have everything already right here?
Okay, and now he's probably gonna go out and have some more fun in his life if he's a free agent because he's gonna have that stress on him.
hopefully not.
And he
That
surely ain't
voice,
gonna want to be
the
at
voice
home
of- with two
Ashley be like,
Why aren't we married?
with little Charlie and a newborn coming. And I told you all that I ran into pregnant Ashley
You did.
up the street in North Hollywood while I was on the set of Basketball Wives. I was in the restaurant with Jackie in between takes having lunch.
She's a cute little prego.
And I was like, what are the odds? 2
Little
shows that I
Charlie.
cover.
Yeah, I know. And then it comes.
Melissa thinks you have a chance with Deshaun.
Oh.
Oh.
Look, we
Now,
we
see,
don't want
listen.
that to happen to Shar.
I'm not Alicia Keys,
Right.
okay? I'm not Alicia Keys. I will not be wrecking any homes. But thank you, Melissa.
That was sad. Somebody said they
She
felt
does.
bad for
Ashley does seem like a sweet girl. She
Yeah.
never should have dated a athlete or been on reality TV.
Her mom, I couldn't stand her mom. You really need to just stick through it. I
Well,
stuck
her
through it
mom
with
was
your dad.
because the resources were
Product.
not there for you, Mom.
Yeah.
Product of your environment.
Yes, and women is a totally different day and age for women now. So stop listening to your mammy because resources and things that are allotted to us as women today were not there for our mothers and grandmothers and things of that nature. So they had to stick with your trifling ass granddaddy.
Like, this is not the skeletons in the closet, girl. You
They
out here
had
lying
to.
about this man and your whole situation. You clearly aren't happy. Your spirit don't look happy, and you still out here rooting for him. I mean, go ahead, girl.
Ashley does look like a broken woman.
You know?
Like behind the
sad,
eyes.
yeah.
Mhm.
Sad, lost. But anywho, so we get,
Okay, who out here is lying talking about, Beyonce wasn't the VMAs
trying to
first
be
choice?
They're being
Actually,
dumb.
Sasha. LA, you...
They're trying to be funny.
yeah.
That's-
Yeah. Yeah.
Are we talking about that now?
You know, we're gonna save that for last because basically we need to talk about Olivia and Mercedes.
I'm Team Natalie. Still.
You're Team Natalie
Oh
still.
yes. Oh yes.
Okay.
And I say his name Mercedes because that's how it's spelled.
Mercedes.
His name is spelled Mercedes, and I pronounce it phonetically. Thank you.
Can we all just call him that for now?
Mar.
Marmar. That's
Marmar.
Live in Marmar.
I'm just saying.
Living with Marmar.
We love you too, Law.
Mar. No, but basically, he invited Olivia over to his house or whatever. She thought that, you know, they were going to order takeout and they were going to just, you know, look into each other's eyes and drink mimosa. But basically, they ended up inviting over Top Chef, and
which is a very nice date idea.
that was nice.
That's a nice date idea.
That was really nice. You know, she got really moist down there.
And he made an inappropriate joke. He made an inappropriate joke to her, the chef.
Yeah.
Because she said something about how she, something that could have been turned into an inappropriate joke, and the chef went ahead and made the joke, and they just laughed it off.
Yeah.
Totally inappropriate. You flipped that damn scallop over there, and you stay out of me and my man's business. Thank you.
But yeah, no, I was saying that if that, I mean, you know, women out there, you know, you get a date like that, you're like, dang, okay.
You be ready to, I want you, nah.
Tonight I'm gonna dance for you. Whoa, whoa. My mom wasn't ready. Shoot. So basically, they go to the table or whatever, and they're talking, and they're in a good place, and
blah, blah, blah,
you know,
Blah, blah. Then all of a sudden, bling, 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 his phone went off.
Sophia wasn't in this
I will
episode.
call you back. She was.
She had appearance on his iCloud.
Yeah. But and then he's
tried
like, but you know what? I just want to take it to the next level. When he pulled out the
Mercedes doesn't follow any of them. You are, that is some tea right there. Doesn't follow any of them on Instagram and vice versa. It's clear this was
a storyline because Olivia has the personality of a rock.
They didn't even kiss.
And
That
that's an
is
insult to
true.
rocks.
Law. They don't even kiss on the lips or walk each other to the car. But yeah, they're dating. That's true. I never seen them like exchange like, you know, a little smooch here and there. They may be private. No.
Umar.
Well, no, because I have a friend like that who he does not follow people that he dates on social media.
Yeah, you don't want to see.
I mean, personally, I don't think I'd follow my man on Twitter.
No.
Well, I don't know. Ooh, that's tough.
I don't like see once I'm like thinking about it now that gross like I'm grossed out. Like why am I like overthinking? Should I follow them on social media?
Right. It should come
it's
organically. Like, yeah,
But
that's
I
day
follow
and age.
people that I'm cool with, and if I know you, like, and if I'm not, like, there's no secrets.
I'm gonna peek at your Twitter though, because
You know what I mean? Like,
if our philosophies don't align, we might as well nip this in the bud before it gets too deep.
okay.
But now that is pretty toxic. Picking at the Twitter. You know, maybe something happened in the relationship.
And you saw
they
Sophia
unfollowed
was
each other.
very, 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 very brick wall, tight-lipped when I asked about Mercedes when her and Nicole were in studio. We're not allowed to talk about that.
I know.
Oh, okay.
Could you
Excuse me.
maybe, you know, but yeah, so basically they were sitting at the table and he slid her a black box and I thought it was a promise ring. What did you guys think?
was my promise.
I honestly did not know what to expect. It could have been a jumbo shrimp.
She opens it up. She's like, a key. Is this your mailbox key? No, but it ended up being a key to his house. What did you guys, how do you feel
condo.
about that?
I mean, late night when he's up in bed and he don't feel like going downstairs to let her in, like.
I mean, I didn't think about that. I don't think, I mean, that is a big step. And I know that Wendy Williams once said, it was so funny to me because she said that she always kept a lot of keys when she was a single girl. She kept a lot of locks on her door. And the next stage would be, you know, to give her boyfriend at the time a key, but it wouldn't be the key. It would be, you know, all 8 of these are unlocked, but that one's locked, so he can just walk in. But in the event something sours and he tries to just walk in, you got 8 more to go through type thing. So I thought that was funny. But when you give people keys to your place, I don't know, that just makes it, for me, that's uncomfortable. So that is a big step because your place is that's your space. That is your stuff is there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No matter how you clean or pack stuff up,
They're girlfriends.
Your stuff is
He's
there.
like, hey girl, you can come on my place anytime you want, sister.
Can I invite my friends over to watch a
Because if
movie?
this on some Angel Brinks,
He looked at her.
they be on the beards out here be real.
What Angel Brinks do?
That's some off-camera talk. I'll tell you.
Shady boots. But so basically, did you notice how she tried to invite her friends over to his
She
place?
said she only had 2 friends and they were gonna have a movie night.
And he looked at her like,
you gonna have strangers in my damn house?
like
You act like a 4-year-old your damn self.
let me give that key back.
Who gonna supervise? Y'all ain't about to burn down my condo.
I'm just like, what did Nicole think when she's sitting over here like, how he inviting you to his place already, and I can't even get a house with my man.
I know, that was so sad.
But they live together already. Nicole and Larry already live together. The house is just a different option. They already freaking live together.
It took the freaking medium, Tyler the medium, to tell her something she already knew. First of all, this whole scene with the medium was ridiculous.
Because they're trying to get him a second
He is
season.
really trying to make this work.
Like-
They're really trying to make Fetch work, and it's not going to happen. I've never watched an episode of Tyler's show. I saw that Chloe and Chris were on there for one show, and I was like, maybe I'll check it out. But this man has literally made his rounds to every E show. Well, I think he was on the Dolls, the WWE Dolls, EJ in the City. Like, he's been everywhere. He even did a segment on The View and read Sarah Haynes and Raven Simone, which was interesting because I watched The View.
Do you feel like he pulled something out of them?
I do for Raven. Well, for both of them actually. But I just, and I agree.
He's not no Long Island medium.
Well, I
love
never
her.
watched her with the square nails, and of course you're an East Coaster.
Oh, she's good.
The medium
I like
used
her.
Google.
Blonde hair lady.
She be
yeah,
keeping it
she's
too
good.
real.
The stiff blonde hair lady with the square nails.
You know what?
Her nails I can't with her nails. I want to
Tyler-
pop them off like.
He meant well, but I just really feel like he probably already. This is something.
This is
that was already
Googleable information.
new.
You know
No.
Barbie's boyfriend at the time when she was 19 and first joined WWE. You can find all of this on Google.
Right. Like,
And that really brought Barbie to tears. So that's still something like. But I thought when I was watching this, I was like, I wonder how Sheldon must feel. And I'm thinking, if you got married and your man went to a medium to try to reconnect with his deceased girlfriend, like, how would that make me feel?
yeah. She's
I don't
like,
know, and they're newlyweds. And then he's like, I could tell that he's telling me that something changed for you in March. And Barbie's like, I just got married in March. Again, all Googleable information.
And just, I mean, we already knew that Natalie was career focused. That was in last season.
I'm skeptical. Do they have an after show for the medium guy?
Yeah.
They do. Are they ever going to bring him in? Because I need to be here. He doesn't even have to read me. I just want to witness. Because he was even on.
I do want to see that.
He was even on Braxton
He probably
Family
wouldn't.
Values.
Oh really?
Wasn't he?
Because we don't, here at AFTERBUZZ, we don't edit. It's a live show, honey. So
Now watch, I'm talking all this shit, and he come in here and talk to me, and I'm sprawled out
talking
over the
about your
desk.
dogs.
Or my grandma or something, and I'm sprawled out all over the desk. Because information about me ain't necessarily Googleable. Some is, some ain't.
This was terrible though, because then he gets to Nicole and he's like, you've been in this relationship a long time, but marriage, it's gonna take a while. And she's like, finally, this like light bulb pops off in her head when it's like, you already knew this information, so why did it take some guy that's scribbling on a piece of paper?
They should have just called Iyanla Van Zandt.
Honestly, I've been telling my friend the same thing. I was in
Iyanla
a
would've
toxic
tore their asses
relationship.
up.
Never wanted to listen a day to me. 2 years after the toxic relationship, sees the therapist. The therapist says the exact same thing.
that you've been
Stop calling the person and block them. She gonna come home.
She's just enlightened now.
I don't
That's
know
an
why I
insult.
never.
To me, that's like,
People
you don't
do that all
respect
the
me. You
time.
don't honor my word. You don't respect me. And then you wasting your breath sitting on the corner of my fucking bed, talking all your talk. I'm so mad I just cursed.
Yo, that's who we need to get in here, Sean.
Oh yeah.
I know you don't like Sean, but he'll. I feel
feel like
would
If Sean
y'all
came
would
in,
make for good
let me
entertainment.
tell you something. If Sean came in here, I would be sipping my tea the entire time. I don't even know if I have anything to say to him.
A girl,
be like,
that's a lie.
I am Jesus. Like he's
Black Jesus.
But no, I just thought that it was like you said, it was a filler. Like it was really
It was such a
unnecessary.
pointless scene.
It's a plug.
Because for their other E show. I don't know. Why do you all think that they're pressing this so hard? Like, is his dad or uncle or godfather or something like an exec over at E?
No, but they probably gave this kid a show. I wonder what the ratings are doing, and if they aren't doing well.
But he was on the Kardashians before the show even premiered, so that's the perfect launching pad. And then he had Chris and Chloe on the show. The show is already in production, so maybe it's working in, I don't know. And he's done tons of celebrities. Like I said, he's been on Braxton Family Values, The View, you know, everywhere, literally everywhere.
So
well, it's interesting because we have Natalie and Olivia, you know, they've been working together. They've been having their brand together for a while. And they did a photo shoot. They're always doing something together. And the photographer had grabbed Olivia to the side and was like, I really like your look. Would you like to do
I'm working on a project.
A photo shoot.
Yeah.
What did you think about that? She is dumb. Like, you got to get your coin, and if your friend understands and your friend is understanding and knows that you're trying to get there, she will be like, yeah, take the photo shoot.
First of all,
Why do you need? That's not your man. Why do you
we
need to check
see
with her?
things like this all the time, primarily in music. Okay, as a Destiny's Child aficionado, there were plenty of times, even before Beyonce was getting certain opportunities. Kelly was on Avant's remix for "Separated." No beef. That like there's no. You should be able to hold your own. And then on top of that, if you want to couple this to the Natalie and Nicole situation, they don't even have the talent of Destiny's Child. They are just taking pictures. So what is it? You all run a blog, and yes, and Natalie brings something to the table and Olivia brings something to the table. But the way that I saw it is it's a platform to further expand your brand. If he only wants to work with you, you end up doing the magazine spread or the cover or whatever, and it's linking people directly to you all's blog. It's expanding your territory.
Everyone wins.
So why would you limit yourself because he doesn't want to work with Natalie? To me, that makes no grow up, little girl.
Can Natalie come?
And not even
No, I didn't invite Natalie.
What
I
kind
didn't
of friend
ask
is
her.
Natalie? You know what I mean? Like that you have to think like, oh, Natalie would be mad.
First of all, Natalie's not a friend. Natalie is family. Totally different. Natalie gonna be there at the end of the day. That's my cousin.
That's true.
Okay.
But then they were at the hookah spot with Mercedes, and
Hey,
it was
girl
like
night.
that
Didn't he
whole
make a
scene,
crude joke like how you suck it?
Yeah, with the O's when they were doing the hookah, he's like, you go,
Hey, girl night.
and so pretty much like they all, you know, are at the hookah spot with him, and he invites Olivia out.
Wait, Caitlin Monroe, please tweet us that blog. She said they don't even have a blog. There's only 3 posts.
They stopped doing the YouTube videos.
Oh Jesus!
They don't have their after show that they didn't want to
They
come on here
started
because they were
watching
doing.
us.
an
and
after-
they
Well,
were
you know what? A
like-
lot of people, and I just was tweeting about this, not to get off course, but a lot of people don't realize just how hard this shit is. We make it look fun, and we're just doing our personality. I was just tweeting about the literal art of broadcast. It's not easy. So maybe they did start an after show, and it lasted literally 2 episodes because it's not easy to do. The commitment, the time, the setup.
To
it's
have to
not
sit
easy.
and watch this shit and break it down and take
It's
it
not
seriously.
easy. You have to love what you do.
I just want to be drunk.
They only
and
did
watch
2
it.
after
I
shows.
can't.
They were on the
Damn.
couch when they could have been everywhere. They could have been traveling.
Listen,
they could have
if you
been
girls,
doing
if
a
you're
whole bunch of
scared to
different
come in
stuff.
here, you don't need to be none of us bite. You know, I just may ask some hard questions.
We love you.
We'll put you in the same box as Brinks. Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
But yeah, basically, like Natalie, she's like, I don't know about him. Like,
And I agree.
after-
That's why I said I'm Team Natalie. Because
Yeah.
I don't look at that as hating. She's being skeptical. Natalie has maintained her position ever since she saw Mercedes' number come in on Sophia's phone. She has not
And that-
faltered in that
Lower
setting.
backhand approach.
And that is, I'm on the same page as her.
But what did you think about that when he was like, do you want to go out with us or whatever? And she's like, oh, I'm gonna stay behind girls' night. Like, what did you think of that?
Oh, I
like,
must have missed that scene. Wait,
yeah,
what
like
happened?
basically, Mercedes had invited Olivia out. He's like, yeah, so you know we're about to
With
leave.
him and his boys?
Yeah, we're about to leave. Like, do you want to come with us? And she's like, no, I'm gonna stay behind girls'
That's
night.
your mistake. But she knew to say that as
I'm not
beard.
going out with my boyfriend and 8 of his boys. No, thank
Well, right,
you.
because they're
That's an
probably gonna
instant
go. This is
headache.
LA, right?
Yeah.
They're probably going what? To WeHo or like
Home.
right, the underground. What's the new thing that everyone's doing? The tickling thing, the escort.
I'm
tickling
not
thing
going
here in LA.
with my new boyfriend and 6 of his homeboys anywhere.
Well, it was 2 of them.
Don't too many. Okay.
But, yeah.
So if they get to go, then I'm inviting my girls too. We can travel in a pack.
Exactly. But so yeah, we kind of noticed that Natalie's not feeling that whole relationship.
You think she's hating a little bit? Because that's what the live feed seems to think. They think she's bitter.
I mean,
I don't think so.
Olivia could say the same thing about Sean. Like, Sean is hella like possessive. He wants to control Natalie. He wants to like, you know, make her moves. He don't want to see her doing what she enjoys doing.
Natalie and Sean's connection more than I ever
that is
can
true.
even like fathom.
You
Olivia
can't pay me to believe Olivia and Mercedes.
It's like Olivia's so like giddy with him, and he's just kind of like, yeah.
Even though it surprised me last week, Jesse, you weren't here, but Sasha said Olivia is her favorite. And Sophia is her least favorite. She can't stand Sophia. And Olivia is her favorite.
That's interesting.
She said off camera, like they've had like some good moments.
Olivia
like,
actually
really?
seems like she's probably really. I mean, I'm friends with one of Olivia's friends. I'm actually really close friends with one of Olivia's friends, and I've only heard positive things. I think it's because she hangs out with Natalie so much that it's just like you can't really get that Olivia out of her. I don't know.
She doesn't have an identity. That's what happens when you're like stuck with a friend for the whole time. But we're gonna skip over to the performance. So finally, the performance was in I want to say it was like in Inglewood. I had went to this performance. I was a bit skeptical when I walked in. It was like really ratchet, really hoodlum. I will say
it wasn't. It reminded me of?
It was not like what I thought it was gonna be.
I had to send Trene alone.
I called him. I was like, "Is this what this is supposed to be?" Like,
oh, you were on assignment there.
Yeah,
I was supposed to go, but I couldn't make it, so I called Trene, and that's why I was like, "She don't even do the show with me." I was like, "Well,
this performance, and this is no shade, Sasha, but baby, what we saw on camera through the TV." This performance reminded me of when Carly Red got her yellow ass on that stage and said, Gucci Louis Prada, Gucci Louis Prada, Gucci, pop them tags, pop them tags. That's what it gave me. Well, with a little bit more time, she had a live band. I'll give her that. She did. And her hair was bomb.
She did look bomb that night. But
how
you know
was it
what?
live? What was the experience?
I didn't know that she
like
was
live?
Trene. She's Trinidadian.
Yeah, she's Trinidadian.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, the girls, they...
Speaking of Carly Red, she is too.
Oh, they need to stop because the performance... the performance was not that bad. Like, I was like, okay. Like, I was...
So,
I don't know
Trene,
if I liked it.
You're saying that it was edited to look that way.
Yeah, it was edited to look terrible. Like, she couldn't sing. Like, she actually, like,
and all of the
could
cast
sing.
Was being shady. Well, they never showed any singing clips of her. It was kind of like her, like kind of went,
Like that was not how it was.
And the video was, you looked amazing in the video, girl. But
yeah, I saw when I got home, and remember they aired the clip after her, and we couldn't see because we were in here. When I was going back watching it and reading you all's comments, I was like, oh, this is cute, and so I decided to tweet a little link to her Apple Music page.
Okay.
And tweet her.
I'm plugging her.
How many songs did she do?
She did about 3.
Too many.
3 too many. 3 too many.
Trene, did you drink that night? Melissa would like to know. Were you on the Bossard cognac
no, but
that
I
night?
had a lot of food that night, and I was feeling, it was.
What kind of food did they have?
They treated me really great. I don't know if it's because I was like.
What kind of food did they have?
This guy or whatever had.
This is Inglewood, so what kind of chicken?
They had like fried chicken. Quesadillas, nachos, all types of fatty
all the
foods
stuff bad for you.
Yeah,
I'd have been sitting there resisting temptation.
No, I would have had that fried chicken. Like
I would have had one wing.
Yeah, they had a whole bunch
and
of
I would
food.
have been
it
done.
was this guy, this bigger guy who ordered it all, and he was like, he had the food all in front of him like this, and I was like, he's like, come here, you want some food? He's like, when you around me, you always gonna eat.
and that's how he got your number.
No.
I'm joking.
You see that ring?
He would have gotten her. You treating daddy.
You treating sugar.
I'm
hungry. I'm always hungry.
I need me a 6-piece.
Lemon pepper.
But yeah, no, the performance, Tia said
they had
everyone.
Ribs too.
You were there?
Were you there?
I didn't see you there. No. I'm just saying.
Were you there, or are you BSing us? Because it's believable that they had poke ribs.
But
I seen it on the back table.
Basically, Sasha, she's the kind of person who doesn't care. you can tell she was really free on stage. I could see that. I could see that this meant a lot to her. You know, she was like, as long as my husband tells me it was a good performance, that's all that matters.
And we could tell when we talked to her, when she gave us her extensive background in music, that this is not anything, you know.
But Autumn, you can tell she was
But
not.
see, in the confessionals, Autumn was rooting her on. Autumn was her cheerleader.
But it was like,
ain't that how it always works?
No, it didn't seem like she was like, yeah, it was good.
That's why Sasha's favorite's Olivia.
It was really good. But and then Tia was like, not everyone is a Beyonce or a Whitney Houston. Like,
well, you tried that because those are two very, very difficult people to be compared to. Tia.
Yeah.
Not everybody is a Naomi Campbell either.
She could have got away with Britney.
Yeah. Auto-tune.
That is it. She knows that Whitney and Beyonce are two of the industry standards.
Yeah,
You know,
basically.
you can't do. That's not a fair comparison.
Basically.
Like, there will never be another Whitney.
So we get down to the nitty-gritty, and Nicole is finally getting a backbone, and she's like, I'm gonna get my own apartment. Now she's looking at apartments, and in my head I'm like, okay, so is this gonna work out for the relationship?
No, the relationship will end. If Nicole gets her own apartment, the relationship will most definitely end. Because there is absolutely nothing for Larry to work for. I'm not going to work to get you back. For what? I've already had my cake and I've eaten it twice over.
Yeah.
You make my tea with the right amount of lemon. We have sex. We do like
what else?
It's like a divorce without all the messy paperwork.
Bye. You going somewhere?
You going? You gonna leave me in this big house by myself? That's what he said. Like when she told him the way, she didn't even like feel comfortable like telling him, and it's always like that. Like every time she feels like she needs to talk to him, it's always like,
6 years you scared to talk to your man.
Like she didn't even look to him in the eye. Like you need to be
you
comfortable
in the same boat
with
as
your
Ashley,
man,
girl.
right?
You
like
and Ashley.
You definitely need to be comfortable with your man. Absolutely.
You should be able to talk to him about anything.
Maybe she doesn't have high self-esteem or something. Like you don't know what.
But
has happened as a result as a result of the way people act towards their lovers. Maybe she has issues with separation, like she doesn't want to be come off as too aggressive because if he leaves her, she doesn't know what she's gonna do. You know, like that type thing.
Girl, we need to send you to OWN. I don't know.
I think that she wanted him to be like, no, okay, I'll marry you, like kind of thing.
As my man, I want you to fight for me.
Yeah,
too.
because he was
don't
like,
just be like. I fam.
He was like, all right, well, I mean, if you move out, like, okay.
And that's when I would have been like, I left a note in the hallway. Do. By the time you leave, I'll be far away. Do. I'm far away. But I ain't fucking with nobody.
But I honestly felt so bad for her in this scene because her whole face was like
cracked.
And his was too. It was like he honestly doesn't want this girl to move out.
In fairness, on the other side of the coin, how is he going to run the house without her? Right. He seems like a in that type of, in that department. He don't know what
like
to
my
do.
underwear ain't clean.
Right. Like, oh my God, where's the tea bag so I can make my tea?
Oh, he can do tea bags, all right. But
if I'm having threesomes with you, I hope I can at least state my feelings to you, Michelle D.
You know what? I'm done. I'm leaving.
Damn.
I mean, you out here giving up your for real
was
though.
The comment of all comments.
Oh wow.
You giving up your friend's
that
booties
is
for
hilarious,
him to slap,
Michelle.
Girl.
Go ahead, babe. It's okay.
Take a swing at it. So basically, this is just like a great moment to get into predictions.
And this is like their peak too. Oh yeah, predictions.
I don't know.
This is like their peak episode. This is one of the
fell flat. I'm just like, here's the thing, guys. Do we think WAGS is really gonna have a season 3?
No.
I don't think it's gonna be. I think that they really tried it with
They're
the
gonna
second
remix
one.
the cast if they do.
Yeah, they have to.
Because WAGS Miami is starting, but this same roster of girls is not returning for a third season. If I were a network exec, I wouldn't order a third season. For what?
Yeah.
Who would you?
I would
honestly
start fresh.
Start fresh.
I would start fresh.
I would bring Tia back and see what group of girls she could mess with.
Autumn's storyline is done.
Yeah.
Barbie's storyline is done. You're married happily. That's the same thing that was threatened Candy Burris on Real Housewives of Atlanta. You got your happily ever after with Todd and little baby Ace Wells Tucker.
Bye.
But yeah, Barbie storyline is done. Autumn is done. Who else is
Sasha.
done?
The cousin.
Sasha is. There's no point in Sasha being on the show.
Sophia could stay on.
I wouldn't be mad. Tia and Sophia could stay for me because they were the most entertaining part of the
Natalie
season.
and Olivia, we've seen all that we need to see of you all.
There's no more growth there, really.
Nope.
Like, it is what it is, and now I can't watch
I
the
would
third season.
start. No.
can't.
Shar won't be
There
back
won't
for
be an
after show.
AFTERBUZZ after show.
Shar
if
won't be here.
They bring those
if there's
people
a third
back.
season.
Okay.
So we don't know what's popping for next episode, but all
Did
we
they
can
give us a
think-
teaser for next
I
week? Yeah,
didn't-
they did. It was more so centering around the move. With
Okay.
Nicole trying, remember they were like, because Olivia and Natalie have a vacancy in their building. How
Yes,
convenient,
right?
And so, yeah, that's what the next episode kind of really centered around.
So basically, she has a choice of deciding if she wants to move out, because if she moves out, technically she's going to be like a single girl.
She will be.
Because that's
Most
what it sounds
definitely.
like. There's a vacancy with these two girls who are like party animals, and you're going to be leaving this house with Larry, and you're going to be living in this environment. So you're going to be a single girl. No more late night fees. Well, I'm so glad that you tuned in with us, and we keep it live, we keep it real every episode. But you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at your girl Trene. Where can they follow you at?
You can find me everywhere at Shar Says So, and tweet me if you really want me to see your comment. Tweet me.
Boom, hit me up at DJ Jesse J.
And don't forget to like and subscribe, and download us on iTunes so you can listen to us while you're driving. See you later.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.